Hey, public opinion aficionados, it's Mark Mitchell, head pollster of Rasmussen Reports, and really happy to join Gene Valentino at the GrassRoots TruthCast today. I support his podcast. Go check it out and subscribe while you're there.
Some people watch opportunities pass by. Others create them. This is for the entrepreneurs, the deal makers, the risk takers, and the relentless few who refuse to settle for average. Corporate Menace Coffee Co. is built for early mornings, late nights, and the moments that define careers. Specialty coffee, roasted to order for you, the person with goals too big for excuses. Work harder, think bigger. Corporate Menace Coffee Co. What are you waiting for? Fuel up now. www.corporatemenace.com.
We begin this morning as a bipartisan housing bill is now law, despite President Donald Trump refusing to sign it. The president wouldn't put his name on the measure because lawmakers aren't advancing the Save America Act. The move keeps the housing legislation on track while escalating the fight over election policy. Let's discuss with our guest, former Lieutenant Governor of New York State and Newsmax contributor Betsy McCaughey, as well as GOP political strategist and host of GrassRoots TruthCast podcast, Gene Valentino. Thank you both for joining us this morning, as well as our in-studio special guest, visiting fellow at the Center for American Safety and Security at Independent Women, Taylor Hawthorne, and Newsmax host Bill Spadia. Betsy, let's start with you. Is this an effective way for President Trump to keep pressure on Congress to pass the Save America Act by not signing the housing bill here? And what do you make of him allowing it to pass?
Well, the housing bill will have some positive impact by increasing supply somewhat. But the real key here is that the president is controlling demand very effectively by keeping the border closed. A new report out from the Federal Reserve of Dallas shows that for every 1% increase in illegal workers in this country, housing prices for buyers go up 2%. So Biden really created a huge surge in housing costs by allowing an open southern border and literally encouraging all these people to come into the country who needed housing. Rents went up 1% for every 1% in illegals, and housing costs went up 2%.
So President Trump has a warning for the midterm elections if the Save America Act is not passed.
We can only lose the midterms if we allow ourselves to lose the midterms, if we are foolish, stupid, and unwise. But if we terminate the filibuster, as we should do, and immediately vote for the Save America Act, then we will not lose an election for 100 years.
Okay, so we know that the president wants this, but Gene, can Senate Republicans realistically get behind eliminating the filibuster to pass this act?
Yeah, Senator Rick Scott from Florida told me specifically that it must pass. In fact, in a conversation with him, I posed the notion that the Save America Act cannot be going back and forth through Congress each year. We need a constitutional amendment that wraps this up once and for all. We can't rely on the dysfunction of Congress to manipulate this act each and every year when it's when voter integrity and citizenship are such an obvious and necessary pre-requirement for being a citizen here in this nation.
Good for you, Gene. That's absolutely true. And these midterm elections are close, very close. In fact, the Cook report just suggested that 4 gubernatorial races that were in the toss-up column have now moved to the Democratic column. So we can't fool around. We have to make sure that every vote is honest.
Yeah. Now, with this Save America Act, President Trump technically doesn't need a floor vote for this to move forward. Is that correct, Bill?
Well, here's the challenge that the president has. If he relies on any gimmicks, he is going to lose he's not going to turn back the momentum and the tide that's against the Republicans right now. I mean, I look at it this way. He's actually getting momentum. Susan Collins now potentially on board with the Save America Act. That's a huge thing. Huge. So all you got to do is get to 50. And then once you're at 50, you suspend the filibuster. And then J.D. Vance can come in and the tie-breaking vote. That, to me, is the smartest path to victory for this. You can talk about voter integrity, but really look at the polling. 80% of the American people want to see voter ID. That to me is something significant, but you can't have voter ID without proving that you are an American, because you've got a lot of states, a lot of blue states, where illegals have driver's licenses.
No.
So you've got to have both, and that's why it's so important. But he's got that one extra vote. He needs 50 plus J.D. Vance, and that's the win.
That's it. So, Taylor, a hypothetical question here. I mean, if the Save America Act fails, how do you think that would impact the midterm elections for Republicans?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm more concerned about election integrity than I am really anything else. So for me, the Save America Act is incredibly important about that. You'll remember in the 2016 election, the Democrats were the ones who were talking nonstop about election integrity. And so now we've got a solution to that. So they just need to get on board. But for me, the even bigger picture here is, what does this mean moving forward? Well, that constitutional amendment, we were all talking about that. You can forget about that. Like, there's not going to be a constitutional amendment if we don't get this passed. So I think you need to really look at what this means for the Senate and for the House, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Betsy, your take on this and the push to get this done before midterms.
Well, frankly, I think it's very important to eliminate the filibuster, because you can bet if the Democrats get in, they will eliminate it and make Washington, D.C. a state and go through so many other steps that they've been hankering to do for years in order to lock in a permanent majority. We cannot afford to let that happen.
Yeah, well, Betsy McCaughey, Gene Valentino, and of course, Bill and Taylor, thank you all for joining us this morning.
It's finally here, our second annual mega sale. This sale only comes around once a year, so take advantage of the best offers ever while you can. For example, save 50% on our Giza Dream bed sheets, as low as $29.98. And for the first time ever on TV, MyPillow mattresses and MyPillow mattress toppers, as low as $99.98. And you save 50% on our Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets. Regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, regular $49.98, on sale for $17.98. Wait on it, mega sale, only $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But wait, there's more. To make the mega sale even more special, when you order right now, your order's going to ship absolutely free.